Hi, hello. Welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, we are going to be talking about some of the 8 reasons, okay? Not reasons, but ways, okay? You can tell if a man is wasting your time, honey, all right? Yes. Now, of course, before we get into this video, I want to leave you with a reminder that in life, you can't help who you attract. However, you are responsible for who you continue to entertain. And of course, there are certain cases where you are responsible with who you attracted, but that's a whole other video. For my TikTok babies, you know we get into these things, okay? And for those of you TikTok babies, we have talked a lot about this, and this has been one of the questions I get asked a lot. How do you tell if someone is wasting your time, if someone is invested? Well, I'm going to be sharing some of the ways. And as we have discussed before, usually I like to say this, until you are self aware, until you have personal boundaries, until you are capable of being accountable, you are not going to be able to identify some of these things, okay? Because you get taken up by all these other things, the background noise, okay? So you're not even able to keep it real with yourself. So usually most people who always ask this question, I'm like, usually my answer is, have you worked on yourself? Yes, and it's usually fellow women. I'm like, have you worked on yourself? Do you know who you are? Because you cannot go out seeking out someone or something when you don't know yourself, when you're not self-aware. And that's a mistake a lot of us do, okay? So anyway, at the end of the day, you have to be self-aware. You have to know who you are. You have to have some boundaries. And this is something I talk about a lot, especially on TikTok. I'm like, these are 3 things I think a lot of us should look for in a partner we hope to have a healthy relationship with. And the 3 things are boundaries. They should have healthy boundaries, okay? 2, they should be accountable. 3, yes, accountable for their own bullshit, for their themselves, okay? And 3, they have to be self-aware, okay? A person who is self-aware is a very stable person, okay? So that's all I just want to say. Anyway, because I have had a lot of you ask me that, and okay, so I'm just going to be telling you some of the ways that a man is potentially wasting your time. First things first, we are going to start off light. Lack of respect for time, okay? Yes, if he's always trying to see you and do things last minute, if you're dealing with that type of man, and there's a lot of canceling, rescheduling, and you find like most of your time is you plan a lot of your time around him, and it's never like, okay, let me respect her time, or you have to work on his, like, around his schedule, his counseling, then ebintu ebibya random ebyamaze ebyemuzano, okay? You know what I'm talking about. That is one of the quickest signs you can tell someone is just playing a weird ass game with you, okay? Like, don't even allow this person to waste your time, by the way, okay? Yes. uh this is a huge one. Overreaction, okay? Or unwillingness to forgive small mistakes. Like someone overreacts to a very, very small mistake that you can tell this is a clearly small mistake, okay? Because one thing I've realized, that when, especially men, a man who likes you, a man who wants you there long term, is a protector. And then naturally, men who are protectors, it goes against their instincts towards women they care about, okay? To be constantly harsh or angry towards them. That is something I noticed throughout the relationships I've had. In my life, I've honestly had only 3 serious long-term relationships. Those are the 3 relationships that I know and I've learned from, okay? Of course, I've dated, but relationships have only been in like 3 active, serious ones that I took serious. So, and that's something I've learned because uh, I dealt with a partner who made me realize that, okay? Who made me realize that a man who is a protector cares about the anger they express and show their woman, okay? So if you find a man and he likes to argue and he makes a mountain out of a molehill, okay? Those are chances that this man is just there to like blow steam, waste time, okay? Pump and dump and go. Like that type of vibe, you get it, like you can tell when a man, especially when he easily gets angry or by the minute or even tries to make the situation seem worse than it should be, that man doesn't plan on keeping you along. And this goes for actually both genders, okay? Uh Three. Are we on three? I believe so. Are we on three? I believe so. You are rarely you're rarely a priority or you're never a priority, okay? And if you don't feel like you're important to him, okay? Now, ladies, let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way. If you are with a man or in a relationship with anyone, okay? With anyone, and you don't feel like you're important to them, it's because you're not. It's not because you're not important to them, because a person, if you're important to them, they are going to make it aware. They're not going to make you question it. But if you find yourself questioning if you are a priority in their lives, that means it's not that deep, honey. Okay? And personally, I dealt with it. I was in this relationship, beautiful man, wonderful man. But when it came to certain things, I always came last. Okay, this is a person who would go above and beyond to plan birthdays for other people. Do like personally, mine was never okay. This is a person who would buy gifts, like really expensive gifts for people, and and I remember my awakening moment was. On one birthday, okay, on one birthday, it was my birthday is on the 1st of January. And I remember I had no plans. I really didn't know what I was going to do. Thank God I have an amazing friend. She came through for me. Anyway, this man asks me the following day, and he's like, he tells me on how he made plans for other people just because it was 1st of January and I was never considered or anything. That was just like my waking moment. I'm like, this person doesn't give a fuck about me, okay? Like, it's just like their actions and their words didn't match at all, okay? And that's one thing you also need to do. So let's make that number 4. If their words don't match their actions, that is a very big indicator that they don't plan on keeping you around for long, or it's not that serious. He's just wasting your time, chances are, okay? Another one is if he rarely talks about or makes plans of the future with you that include you. Okay. Now, when we talk about plans, I'm not talking about club, simanya, a road trip. No, I'm talking about life plans that involve commitment, planning, things like that. If you never have those types of conversation, or he never has those types of conversations with you, chances are he's wasting your time, darling. Okay. Another one is unwillingness to be inconvenienced for you. Okay. And this is something a man taught me of. If a man really loves you or likes you or whatever, is down for you, there isn't much a man will want to do to solve problems for that woman. Okay, if it's in a man's power, he's going to go above and beyond to solve a problem or problems for you. Okay, so if every little small thing you need from him is too much trouble. He easily gets too agitated. He shows you like, oh my god, you're really not deserving of even this. He's wasting your time, darling. He's wasting your time. Don't live in denial. My all-time favorite, okay? Unwillingness to spend money on you. Yes, honey. If he's being stingy, he does not like you. He is wasting your time. Here's why. And this is something I learned from a certain man as well, okay? Men value the money they earn so much. And they have to, because they work hard for it anyway at the end of the day, okay? So it, because it gives them the power and status, especially the rich ones, okay? So where they choose to spend money, who they choose to give it to, where they choose to invest that money, okay, indicates where their priorities are in life, okay? So if a man has an issue, akona mkono gamu, hey, don't even call him your bwana. Don't claim him, please. Yes. Another indicator is if they continue behaviors that you have expressed make you uncomfortable, okay? Why? Because they're not afraid to lose you. They're not afraid of consequences. They're not afraid of any blowback because they know they're just wasting your bloody time, darling. Okay? Yes. So, keep it real with yourself. For those of you who are new here, I've done a video where I talk about being able to read the room in relationships. So you can watch this video and refer to that. I might as well attach it in the description. If I don't, check it out. It's on the channel, okay? This is just something that I wanted to talk about because people usually ask. But then um, as I've said before in for the TikTok guys, before we seek out relationships, a lot of us, we need to seek out healing and having a relationship with our own selves, okay? Because a lot of us end up seeking for relationships thinking we are going to, the relationship or the person is going to fill that hole, that void, okay? Certain things you are not going to have people fix them, okay? That is why a lot of us get in relationships and make our partners uncomfortable, okay? We feel like, oh, your partner is going to be your source of happiness. If you cannot be, if you can't make yourself happy, no amount of children you can have will make you happy. No partner will make you happy. And I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, okay? People seek out partners thinking it's going to be the completing piece. But a partner is supposed to be an extension of your life. That's why they are called partners, so that you can be able to become better versions of yourselves together, not trying to change each other, not trying to edit each other, not trying to feel like you have more power over the other, and something like that. Also, it can easily get toxic. That is why I usually say a lot of us are mature in age, but emotionally we are not mature and ready to be in relationships, okay? And I know it's crazy, but it is the truth. If you look at how relationships are and how people process their emotions and feelings, it makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so this is just something I wanted to say and just put out there because I've had questions about it on how you can easily tell. Okay, another final one. Okay, we save the best for last. Okay, if he cannot put a title on you, yes, if he can't put a title, if it's not girlfriend, if it's not fiance, if it's not wife, if it's friend, or they are introducing you by your name all the time, you've not met their friends, you've not met their family, they're not there to keep you for a long time, honey. And of course, keep in mind that this applies for both genders, so even the men, because we have women who can be like that. At the end of the day, we are all human besides, okay? So this applies to both genders, okay? So this is something I just wanted to highlight and talk about at length because I've had my lovely babies, my girlies, ask me about this a lot in the TikTok live, okay? And usually there's too much going on. So I figure out YouTube is usually the best place to talk about these things at length, okay? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.